This is a tutorial on how to solve the 3x3 Rubik's Cube. We're going to make this one look like this one in a few minutes. Let's go over a couple of basics. So it's 3x3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 cubes. Alright. Let's say front and back equals 2. So front and back, that's 2 sides, 4 sides, 6 sides. This is only 6 sides to this thing. So what's one of the greatest secrets, or the way to solve this, is to realize that the centerpieces, they never change. So the opposite of red will always be green. Pardon me, not green, orange. Pardon me, right? The opposite of green will always be blue, right? And then when you turn to the yellow or the white, the opposite of the yellow will always be the white. Once you realize that the centerpieces never change, half the battle is done. Okay, so that's the centerpieces. Again, that's the center. So then you also have the centerpieces that are here, right? And then there's the corners. So let's just call them centers and corners, right? The first thing that everyone does is that they solve the centerpieces, and we're just going to do this real fast, right? And I've already solved one just randomly with one move. Basically, it was here on the side. I've identified that it's a centerpiece. I've identified that this color is where it needs to match, and I go like that. Okay, from then this point on, it's just a matter of solving all the other centerpieces. All right, so this one and this one are right next to each other, so we just go like this, that, move it out of the way, bring that back. Okay, now we're going to find the other centerpieces. So here's a red. So here's a red. Not so much center, but here's a red middle. Let's not call this. So this will be a middle, not a center. Middle. So okay. So and here's the center, right? And what I'm going to do is just go like this and that. And that's simple enough, okay? From this point on, now this is the blue, and this is kind of easy also. I'm just moving that out of the way, bring that back, and there. That's it. So now I've got a cross. And in my cross, if you look, so it's white, green, green, white, orange, orange, white, blue, blue, white, red, red. And we already did that, okay? So then that's good. So at this point now, it's a matter of just solving the corners. To do that, I have to identify the corners and make sure that they match up with the correct colors. So here we go. All right, so I've got that corner there, right? Okay, and I just move this here, get this out of the way, and I bring this corner back. Okay, so now green, green, orange. And I know that this orange is where is needing to match with that. So watch this. Just simply, and it's just that simple. Okay? And we're going to just go through the other ones for the sake of time. There's a bunch of step-by-step tutorials that you can look at on YouTube to help you out. Okay, so now what we have is we have one whole side fixed, done. When a lot of people do this, they think that just because they do a side that it's completed, or that they've done a side. That's really not it. A side has to be here is an example, and then everything is supposed to be where it's supposed to be, like appropriately. Right? Which is what I've just explained to you guys the other minute. Okay. All right. From here on out, it's a matter of just lining up these center pieces. Okay. So now we've got red on top. Green needs to be on the side. Well, how do I do that? I move that away. I move this down here, bring this up, bring this over here, 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 right? And we're set for another move, which is just moving that out of the way. Moving that. Okay, now I've got this done. Now I have to repeat the same thing on all these others, okay? All right, to do that, we're just going to move ahead. In some cases, it's on the opposite side that you have to make that sequence that I've just done. Okay. Now we've got the centers and the middles are all matching. At this point now, it's all about up here. Okay? So what we're basically doing is we're skipping this part. We have to now match this up here. Okay, to do that, there's a couple of algorithms I want to point out to everybody. All right, so let's start with, if you see these two here. Okay, so this is one is, you're lucky if you get this across. This is good, right? I'll show you the sequence to do if you don't get it across. If you only end up with one in the middle, I'll show you that in a few minutes. All right, but if you get this is what you do. You turn it to the right, up, to the side, down. Okay, all right. And we're better than halfway there. We got lucky with this one. Okay, so here you go. This is what we do. Turn this on this side, and now we get a cross. Right? When you get a cross, you look for the two eyes that are staring back at you. Think of it as eyes staring back at you. If you see this, just keep turning till you see this. All right, and when you see this, you complete this sequence right here. Okay, until you don't see it anymore. Now when you have this on the side, now you make another sequence, another turn. Sorry, let me get that back for a second. Oops. Okay. Okay. And you get to a point where you get a fish. All right. It looks like a fish because there's like a full diamond over here, then there's two tails. What you do is you turn it to the right hand side, right? So now it has to be like looking away from you, okay? And with that, you do this sequence of moves, or this algorithmic pattern. And then when you're doing the fish, right, and you see this yellow, right? This means the next time you do this pattern, it's done, okay? So now that pattern is done, and oddly enough, we got lucky because the cube has been solved. All right. I want you to know that at the end of this sequence, there's roughly 4 or 5 other patterns that occur. So the Rubik's Cube is not necessarily a thing that just happens in one shot. You know, you have to kind of practice it over and over again and learn how to do things with it. I got this. I just picked this up on my own. So